Two surfers at the leading edge of progressive surfing, both competing on the World Championship Tour. One is amongst the tour's most radical aerial surfers. Following a consistent run of top 10 finishes, can he evolve into a true world title contender?
You just can't give up. You just got to keep pushing yourself. You got to keep raising your own bar over and over again, and that's just motivation within yourself.
The other is one of the most popular surfers on the planet. Can he take one step closer to his dream as the Elite World Tour rolls into his home break for the first time?
I've won the event and had heaps of seconds out there, so I do take that as a bit of confidence for sure.
As the surfers look to lay the foundations for their world title campaigns at the next event, the drug-aware Margaret River Pro, commencing April 2nd. This is their story. It's the day after the Quicksilver Pro Gold Coast, and Josh Kerr's up at first light for a free surf at a secret local spot.
Probably my favourite place to surf in the world. I used to surf it a whole bunch and don't get too much anymore, obviously living in California, but every time I come back, even if it's not that good, I'm just frothing to get out there.
A fifth place finish at the first event of the year gives Kerr a solid foundation to his 2014 World Tour campaign.
It's not a bad way to start the year, it's not a great way to start the year, but it's, it's a starting point, and yeah, I got some good scores, so that was a great thing to take out of the event and take on to the next ones.
With his free surf session complete, Kerr has a chance for some rare downtime in the town he grew up in. For the 29-year-old, growing up on the beaches of the Gold Coast as a youngster was a far cry from the family life he leads today.
Our favourite thing to do is get the stink bombs, get in the elevator and just right as everyone's full in there, just right as we're about to leave and the door's about to close, just press the button, just throw it in there with everyone in there and blow the place, stink it out with the stink bombs in the elevator. I think the security guards knew us pretty well by face around this area from doing all sorts of silly things.
Despite these typical juvenile antics on land, in the water, Kerr would find himself in a highly competitive environment. With the Gold Coast's prestigious record for breeding numerous world champion surfers, it would be an uphill battle to stand out amongst the crowd.
It's definitely hard around here to get noticed. I mean, there's generally a group of kids coming up every few years and you run with that crowd and obviously you got to hustle. Most of us grew up without, any real money or anything like that. We'd all be pretty poor, groveling to get by most days as groms. We were definitely ones for pushing each other and giving each other shit. You stay so competitive in your little pack and then you've got all this aspirations to live up to these idols of yours.
With the majority of professional surfers from the area arriving on the World Tour through the Junior Series, Kerr would take a different route, instead competing on the airshow circuit.
Definitely the cockiness kicked in when the air shows came about and I actually started making decent money and getting good sponsors and stuff like that. Come back to town, it was a pretty good feeling. See my friends go, yeah, just won friggin' 6-10 grand at that last air show. They're looking at you like, damn him. It's a huge contrast doing that air shows through the teenage years. When I do airs in heats, it's something that I'm comfortable doing because of the air show days is what I had to do. I think the edge it's kind of giving me now is I feel like I'm still learning and so fresh to competition and I'm not burnt out one bit.
Kerr's eventual graduation from the airshow circuit to the World Tour wasn't the only change in lifestyle. Along with his wife and 2 children, Kerr made the decision to move to California and would leave his hometown and the waves that came with it behind.
I only get to come back home pretty much most of the time, just once, maybe twice a year, and it's definitely different from when I grew up, but it's always a great feeling just to come back home and just get back into that Gold Coast relaxed surf lifestyle. When I lived here, I had it so good, and I was kind of spoilt in a lot of ways with the waves around here, that when I went away, it makes you appreciate how good the waves are here and how lucky you had it to grow up in a place like this for your surfing.
Following the first event of the year, Taj Burrow is in Burleigh Heads, looking to shake off some of the previous evening's activities.
We had a few drinks last night after the event. You know, I didn't have a drink all of February, so I had a few drinks last night, and I'm feeling pretty lazy this morning, so it's going to be a mellow little session for sure.
Despite getting a good third-place finish at the event, a loss in the dying seconds of the semifinals was a bitter way to end Burrow's good run at the contest.
I was devastated the way I lost, you know. It was really rough, you know, it always is, especially when you lose like in the last seconds, and especially by such a small margin. It was horrible.
Also in the water today is Burrow's longtime friend, Paul Fisher.
From what I've seen of Taj after he loses, I mean, everyone's going to be upset, especially with a guy that's that talented going for a world title every year. But I think with Taj, I guess, like, just the people he has around him when he loses, I mean, guys like us that are there to just not really talk about it, just to keep him company and go surfing and be like, don't worry, you got another event.
I think it's really important once you're done with the event just to switch off and don't get caught up in whether Gabriel got the score or not, or, you know, don't freak out on it, because it happens all the time and it just drains you.
With some precious downtime before his preparations for the Margaret River Pro begin, Burrow and Fisher are making a trip to a local water park.
I mean, the benefits of downtime is massive for those guys, especially TB. Doing 10 events a year and just having to keep that focus and training, and it's for any sportsman, they need that shit. They need to go out and let their hair out and not have to worry about putting on a jersey or going down the beach at 6 in the morning, you know.
In that downtime, I just switch off and now just focus on the next event and don't get stuck in the past. Just move on and start recharging.
We're loving it, it's so good, just a little cruisy day. Some guy wants to throw us on this swing thing. I don't even know what it is, but it's massive. So I don't know what we're in for, but we're gonna have a go.
He's like a grommet. He's 35 going on 10, really, TB. I mean, he's always full of beans. Even when he's lost, I mean, you give him that hour and he's back, and you just feed off that energy too, you know, and all the boys did. But mate, when the guy wants to compete, he's the gnarliest competitor in the world. You can tell he gets that, like, eye of the tiger.
After another fifth-place finish in 2013, Burrow's focus to win his first world title has intensified going into the 2014 campaign.
I'm just gonna apply myself to every event as hard as I can. So I'm not going to do the tour forever. I've done it for a long time, so I figure why not just really sink my teeth into it.
People think of Taj as this fun, go-happy guy, but he wouldn't train as hard as he trains if he didn't want to win, and he wouldn't be surfing this gnarly in competition if he didn't want to win a world title.
In Coolangatta, Josh Kerr is making a visit to a local skate park with 7-year-old daughter Sierra and 12-year-old stepson Colin.
Just don't go hurting yourself, just be careful and take your time. Do what you normally do. Yeah, rip it up.
Kerr's children, along with wife Nicole, travel with the 29-year-old from the family's home in California to select events throughout the year.
It's so fun just traveling with my family, and from a young age I've tried to get them into all the board sports and just try and pass on all my loves of life to them, and yeah, they've all taken it on. Oh, that was sick! She does pretty good, like the other ones that I do, the little front ones, she does good ones with them.
At only 7 years old, Kerr's daughter Sierra possesses a natural ability on a skateboard that belies her young age.
She's super into skateboarding. She's just so addicted, it's crazy. Like, I think some parents push their kids, like, she pushes us to make her go skateboarding. So I think she definitely has my competitiveness. Front side. Front side. She just hates being told what to do. It's like, come and do a front side F-run. And she's like, nah. Like it used to be all like, oh, Daddy, be there for me, you know, help me out, hold my hands. Now it's just like, nah, I've got the Daddy, out of my way.
Not to be outdone by his little sister, stepson Colin decides to up the ante by challenging Kerr to a game of skate.
There used to be rivalry in this game of skate we're about to play that...
Got a lot better.
Yeah, you just got all these little tricks and it's just like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, come on.
S.
Come on, man, S. It's just great, the lifestyle we can live on tour as a family, you know, just all together enjoying things as one. Oh, come on. I should be utilising the old school tricks a bit more, I think.
I'm gonna get you next set.
All right. It's been such a grounding tool for me, you know, through my years as a pro surfer, and yeah, I'm a blessed man in that way. Do something and beat me already.
I'm trying, trust me.
I'm out. Good game. See, that's how it feels to get beaten by your son at skate.
Taj Burrow's trainer Johnny Gannon is back home briefly in Maroubra, Australia, ahead of the upcoming event at Margaret River. Today the pair are set to appear as guests on a new cookery show.
It's about sort of paleo eating and paleo lifestyle with a chef called Pete Evans, who he's a surfer as well. And he's got his own show, and he just wanted Taj and I to come on and show him what sort of food we eat on the road. I'm not sure if he keeps it up, the diet up when I'm around or eating that way. He actually loves Mexican food. So he loves Mexican food that much we started calling him Taj Burrito.
As the pair arrive on location, Burrow appears to be enjoying the pressure put on Gannon to cook in front of the cameras.
I get to kind of sit back and just watch Johnny sweat. Johnny's pretty good in the kitchen, but he's not all about presentation. It's just about tasting good and being healthy. But today, I reckon he's gonna have to make it look good too, because there's gonna be cameras on him.
The host of the new show is Pete Evans, one of the most famous TV chefs in Australia.
Well, I'm stoked to be joined by Taj Burrow, world-famous surfer, and his trainer, Johnny Gannon. How are you, boys?
Good,
Yeah,
mate.
really good, Pete.
Thank you.
We're doing Johnny Gannon's famous fish and chips.
Healthy fish and chips, paleo fish and chips.
Paleo fish and chips. Now, how long have you guys been paleo or mainly paleo?
Yeah, we probably about 4 or 5 years. We've sort of based our diet on paleo sort of eating, but it's really hard on the road sometimes, but we just do the best we can.
You should have a recipe book out soon, mate. Taj
Yeah,
and
you
Johnny's
never know.
The whole sort of basic idea about paleo is it's pretty much no processed food, for one, and you cut back a lot on sugars. It's just a really clean way of eating. You strip down pretty much in a week, you can notice the difference.
Do you want me to cut up the avo and
Yeah, mate, please.
you're going to construct the salad?
Start throwing it all together.
Am I gonna help?
Yeah, just mix sprouts.
I'm gonna sit back and watch like I do every night Johnny cooks. I do the dishes though, that's the deal. It's a pretty good deal. I'd rather be a chef than a dishwasher. Oh, that looks mental.
Shall we have a go?
Love to.
All right.
There's a few hot pieces in there.
Well, it's been awesome cooking with you boys. Best of luck on the tour, and
Thank you.
let's go catch a couple of waves.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm ready. I'm pumped. No dropping in.
1 or 2. Yeah, we had a fun arvo, doing a few cooking lessons with someone that really knows what they're doing in the kitchen. I mean, I thought Johnny was good, but yeah, Pete Evans is quite extraordinary in the kitchen. Flying out to the west tomorrow, I'm pretty excited. I get to, take everything home and go through my boards and just kind of reset, you know. So I look forward to doing that, and also I'm at home, so I get to start surfing around home and getting warmed up for the event.
The countdown to the second contest of the 2014 campaign is on, and the surfers are refocusing on the task ahead. For Burrow, he started the year well enough, But can the second oldest surfer on the tour deal with the pressure that surely sits on his shoulders, with the world title eluding him thus far?
You just want to make sure you're rested up and recharged. So like, you know, I'm going to be psyched by the time I get home and get to throw a singlet on at Margaret's.
For Kerr, after his outstanding 2013 campaign, can he keep up the momentum and challenge for contest wins to be knocking on the door of the top 5? Can he cement his reputation as a major threat?
As long as you have that inner competitiveness and motivation with yourself, you never know where it can take you.
As the drug-aware Margaret River Pro approaches, the surfers sense that sporting destinies will be decided in the coming weeks. Pretty soon, old and new rivalries will be reignited, waves surfed, and scores handed out. In a remote corner of Australia, the battle will commence.